Yes, hello everyone. I hope you have your coffee beside you because we will again solving a lab from Blue Team Labs Online. So for this episode, we will be exploring a comprehensive walkthrough featuring our newly retired lab, Docker. We will extract Docker configurations in order to answer specific questions. So get ready to enhance your skills and understanding of these powerful tools as we break down the essentials and provide you with tips and tricks. Stay tuned and let's get started. So let's explain first what is Docker. So Docker is a technology that allows you to package an application with all its dependencies into a standardized unit. So this container can then be run on any system that has Docker installed. Regardless of the underlying environment, this ensures that the applications behaves the same way. Either it's running your personal laptop, a test environment, or in production. So here's a simpler analogy for Docker. So think of a Docker container as lightweight, portable shipping containers for your software. Just as shipping containers can be loaded onto different ships and trucks, but always have the same contents. So Docker containers keep software running the same, regardless of where or how they're run. So this consistency eliminates the "it works on my machine" is common problem, streamlining software development, testing, and deployment. So let's start our lab, and this is an easy lab. It's just we will need to extract some configurations to answer these specific questions. And see you in a minute. So our lab fires up and let's open terminal and let's start answering questions. So this is a short one. So we will be answering this in a straightforward manner. So let's start answering questions. So what is Docker engine version? So let's confirm if Docker is installed in our system. Docker. Yep. So since it's the question asks about the version, so we will run the version. Let's clear this up. Docker dash dash version. We have build 20.10.7, 20.10.7. Perfect. Then the next one, what is the ID of container using the Alpine image? So if you are not familiar with Docker, you can always ask Google about where to find the containers, the containers itself in the Docker. So what we have here. So let's try to open Google. Let's try Docker. Remember, so Docker contains it has containers. On containers, it resides to this location, var lib docker. So let's try that one. Let's try ls var lib docker. Just use sudo var lib docker sudo. All right. So we have these containers here. So go to that containers. What we have here is a list of containers. Maybe it's an ID or something, a representation of all the containers that is contained in our Docker environment. So our next step is to able to understand what's the interpretation of this IDs. So what we have here is the set of Docker commands for from the Geeks for Geeks. So let's try to find reference. Containers. Docker commands for containers, right? Scroll down. Yes. Show us the list of running containers. So let's try this one. Docker.ps. So sudo. Use sudo again. Docker ps. So yeah, dash h. Use the dash a for all. So the question is, what is the ID of the container using an alpine image? So alpine image. Alpine image. Yeah, here. So Python, the image is Python 3.7.10, Alpine 3.2. Well, we have this ID here. So copy this one. 14 A4 A AD 9 FC 97. Perfect. So what network use bridge driver? So let's use again the Docker dash H. Let's search for networks. If it has, yeah, it has manage networks. Let's use that one. Sudo docker dash work. Then let's expand it. So yep, a list here. So the question is, what networks use bridge driver? We need 3 values. I guess our first is bridge, devnet, docker, default. Perfect. Next is, which network is associated with a Redis container? So let's run again the list of containers. We've used it before. Docker ps, remember, dash a. So Redis container, right? So Redis. Yeah, this one. So we need this container ID. Copy this one. And yeah, let's use this sudo inspect command. Then the container ID. So Docker. Yes. So the question is, which network is associated with the Redis container? Mention the IP gate as well. So for this one we'll need the network name and the gateway IP. Pull up network name. Network name. Find it for you, and I will be back in a minute. So in this same output, we have networks. We have devnet, which we saw in the networks bridge, right? Which has the bridge something, and the gateway. Let's try. Network name is devnet, and the gateway is 178-18-0- rack. Right. So again, next, what host and container ports are mapped in the pedantic Lumiere container? list again the Docker containers, Docker ps-a, and we are focused in the pedantic Lumiere. Here, yep, I think here this is the one need sudo docker inspect, and this one, and the what host and container ports are mapped in pedantic Lumiere. What host and container port. Let me find it for you, and I will be back in a minute. So in the host config, we have this port bindings 5000 and a 9885. And we'll try that one. So let's try 5000 and 9885. Or 9885 and 5000. Yep. Going to the next. So what is the command executed at startup when the Docker file -WordPress is run using Docker Compose? For this one, yeah, we'll be back in a minute. Provide you the answer. Yeah, so we're here at the desktop of the machine. So we have we go into the Docker directory. We have this Docker file of WordPress. So inspect that one. So since the question is asking us what command executed at startup when the Docker file WordPress is run using the Docker Compose. So let's read the file. So our focus is here. So the command executed at startup when the Docker file WordPress container is run using Docker Compose is specified by the cmd directive in the Docker file. So this is our Docker file, the Docker file -WordPress, right? So in your in this Docker file, this command is this one. So this is the command executed at startup. So what's the meaning of this, right? So this indicates that the check command or script will be executed when the Docker container starts up. The behavior can be further influenced by an entry point directive identified in the Docker file, which would precede and set the context for the cmd. So in this case, the entry point is set to data.sh, meaning that the data.sh script will execute, and the check command will be passed to the script check command as an argument. Thus, the full startup command that gets the executed is effectively data sh. So our answer is. So if you want to learn how did we come up with the answer for this one, I will recommend reading the Docker reference file or the documentation, which I will be providing. Let me do what's this one. So docs.docker.com. So this is a comprehensive guide of related to Docker, figuring your Docker. It has this series of commands, how to build your own Docker file. So yeah, I recommend give this 5 minutes of reading. So our answer will be cmd. Sorry, cmd. Okay, check. Oops. What command executed? Okay. I will be back in a minute to fix this. Oh yeah, okay. So the command is try the data.sh. Weird, right? Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot. So yeah, so the cmd the check indicates that the check command or script will be executed when the Docker container starts up, right? So let's recap. So the behavior can be further influenced by the entry point, this entry point. directive defined in the Docker file, which precede the context for the CMD. In our case, the entry point is set to this one, the data.sh, meaning that the data.sh script will execute and the check command will be passed to this script as an argument. So our command will be data.sh check. Okay. Yep. Thing. Next, what is the database password for the container running the Docker file mysql command? So this one, I think the password, meaning uh this can be hidden, right? So let's list the the Docker directory. We have the secrets here, meaning ls secrets. So we have this environment which .m is interesting because yeah, it is hidden. So how about let's inspect the file secrets sudo secrets that end cat password. Are you looking for me? Yeah, pretty straightforward. Are you looking for me? Perfect, right? Back to few questions left. So what commands would you execute to limit the number of active processes? 58 inside the Docker container. Yeah, let's check again the commands. So I'll be back in a minute. So for this part, this is this is pretty straightforward and easy. You can search for the internet, this type of questions, and yeah, there's a Stack Overflow documentation you can find anywhere that will help you answer the following one. So for this one, what command would you execute to limit the number of active processes? So command for this is pid limit and the number. Perfect. So how do you prevent processes from gaining new privileges in the container? So easily you can search for the questions itself. There's a lot of reference documentations in the internet, but let me show you what's it like. See, if you type the questions, yeah, if you Google tricks, yeah, we have this one: Docker run security op new privileges. It matches our format, which is pretty straightforward. And for this one, we also executed or do some research. We have this Stack Overflow here, and yeah, that's why we come up with this command. So the answer for this one is dash security op equals no new privilege. Perfect, right? So how do you pull my SQL image with hash sum, right? So for this one, yeah, again, Google is your friend. So the basic command for pulling the my SQL image is docker pull, which is very common command, and then let's copy this one, copy MySQL SHA-56, then paste. Perfect, right? And down to the last one, what are the lags for the container, not electron located? So again, we are asked about the container, about not electron. So let's list again sudo docker ps dash a. So electron. So let's copy this one. Sudo docker inspect. Then, yep. So we have this series of text inside the not electron container. So what we'll do to find the log is use grep and log. And yeah, so the answer, what are the logs for the container located? Directory to logs. So I think directory. So it means this is the file itself. So we will not include this one, but we are interested in the directory only. Copy. Okay. Varlib docker containers. Right. I think we need this one. ID. And yeah, I don't think we copy paste. Okay. So I'll be back in a minute. So what I did is take a picture of this one and use ChatGPT, load an image, and extract the string so that I won't be typing it manually. Have it here. Perfect. So yeah. So this is an introductory lab for Docker. What we've done is so far is inspect the Docker configuration file, containers, logs, and run some few Docker commands and understand what is Docker. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward, and yeah, I learned a lot about this. I haven't did some kind of these labs, and yeah, Docker is an interesting thing, and be able to run and execute or navigate the Docker environment is a must since it is pretty common usage for in our industry. So that's it. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.